Oh, what's up, everybody? My name is OMG WTF LOLFTWBRB. Welcome back to more WWE versus TEW, the weekly series where we take the events and shows that the WWE runs, book them in the game, and see just how well the WWE does against TEW, or if Total Extreme Wrestling will be the one company to bring the WWE down to its knees. We are booking 205 Live. I believe it is the July 10th edition of 205 Live. I could be incorrect there. I'm sure the title will correct me if I am wrong. Nonetheless, main event of the night, Cruiserweight Championship is on the line as Hideo Itami gets his championship match finally, as he'll take on the champion, Cedric Alexander. So let's just go ahead and run the show, shall we? To open up the night, we get a recap of the Alexander-Hideo Itami feud, showing Hideo Itami interfering in the Mustafa Ali-Buddy Murphy match. That led to the triple threat match. That led to Cedric Alexander pretty much insisting to Drake Maverick that Hideo Itami be the next person in line to face him. Just the recap of the entire feud. 46 solid D, not too bad. 32 E+ rating as we get hype for our Cruiserweight Championship match later on tonight. The main event, Cedric Alexander defends against Hideo Itami. Then we have opening action. Our first match of the night gets a 44 solid D rating here. In a poor matchup, Kalisto goes over Tony Nese in 5 minutes 34 seconds after Tony Nese was disqualified when Buddy Murphy ran in and attacked Kalisto. He didn't really, I guess, ran in. He was there at ringside, but whatever. Also, Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik distracting Tony Nese throughout the match. Nothing too special here. In fact, I'll be honest, this show itself, really, there wasn't nothing too special here. The most impressive thing was just Lio Rush, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But nonetheless, I mean, it was an average match. Still nothing really special going on here. It does look like the feud between Lucha House Party and Drew Gulak, Brian Kendrick, and Jack Gallagher has ended, because it seems that we are going in a new direction here with Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese challenging the Lucha House Party. That's kind of the main highlight of this matchup here, was the start of the feud, I guess, where we have, Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik on the outside with their little clackers, maraca-looking things as they spin. I'm not exactly sure what they're called. The color commentary team calls them clackers, but it could be an insult from Nigel McGuinness, so I don't know if that's really what they're called. Nonetheless, they're doing the little clacker things, shaking them around, and this annoys Buddy Murphy, who eventually goes over there and starts, talking trash to them. This leads to Tony Nese coming out, trying to calm the situation down, but then he starts talking trash to, Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik, which, of course, led to the distraction note there. Kalisto comes out to try to calm things down as well, which then led to Buddy Murphy attacking Kalisto, and then we have a little bit of a post-match brawl afterwards that we'll get to in a couple seconds here. Kalisto with an in-ring performance of a 46. Tony Nese 10 points below with a 36. No worker improvements. So afterwards, we have our little bit of a brawl. 42 solid D as Buddy Murphy brawls with the Lucha House Party. Mainly Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik as Kalisto was out selling. And Tony Nese was just trying to calm it down, but, wasn't doing such a good job. Buddy Murphy really looked good here at first. He was taking down both Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik, tossing them around like they were nothing. But, of course, the numbers game comes to the advantage as Lince Dorado is able to run off him and hit a very impressive-looking crossbody off the apron. And the Lucha House Party kind of stands tall while Tony Nese backs up Buddy Murphy, saying, "Come on, not right now," pretty much. So, not too bad. We then jump to a 35 E+ rating here as Noam Dar appears to be back on 205 Live for good, so I will be calling him up from the UK division. Probably, wait, I can't do it after this because SmackDown's directly after. It's kind of an ass-backwards thing. I know there's a way to switch it around. That way 205 Live does come on after SmackDown, but I honestly don't remember how to do it, and I'm lazy. Oh, excuse me. That laugh turned into a cough. Nonetheless, Noam Dar seems to, or appears to have, be back on 205 Live for good. No longer on the NXT UK brand like I thought he would be. Drake Maverick welcomes him back. Dar is happy to be back. And TJP interrupts the whole, welcome back party here, pretty much complaining about how, last week, what is this? You gave me a surprise opponent. I wasn't ready. If I was ready, I would have totally beaten you. Things get a little bit, tense between Dar and TJP as they start trying to one-up each other. Maverick goes on to says, you know what, we're not doing this right now. We'll do it next week. You want to match TJP versus Noam Dar? We're doing it next week. So I did go ahead and add Noam Dar to this feud. I'm probably going to have to add him again, though, once I call him up. And I did go ahead and turn him face and give him a whole new gimmick. I believe it's like a cool gimmick or something. So, although it doesn't say if he debuted it, that's weird. I might have to do all that again, though. But it seems like Noam Dar's going forward is going to be a face. 38 D- rating as we get hype for the Hideo Itami versus Cedric Alexander tag title match. Excuse me, not tag title match, but cruiserweight title match. That's what I mean to say. Anyway, we get hyped for the title match later on tonight, especially with Hideo Itami as he cuts a quick promo on Cedric Alexander. Nothing too special there. 18 E- as we see Lio Rush getting ready as he is in action next. He's not as popular, remember that, so it's going to take him a second to get over. 79 solid B rating as we get a short and simple commercial break from Big Break John. We only needed 2 minutes to fill this week, so John Cena doing his job. And then we go to a 28 solid E rating here as we're getting ready for our next match between Lio Rush and Colin Delaney. The real Colin Delaney, by the way. That's totally Colin Delaney. Don't you guys tell me it's not. Oh, it's not going to tell me who he is, and I forgot to write down his name. I keep forgetting to tell you guys this, so you know what? Let's just do it right here, right now. Wrestler of the Year so far is Tetsuya Naito. Company of the Year so far is the WWE, so that being us. Tag Team of the Year is Kenny Omega and Tama Tonga, which is funny considering what's going on in New Japan right now. Match of the Year was Naito versus Kenny Omega from I don't know when. Event of the Year so far is New Japan Wrestling Dontaku, I think. I think I've mixed these up, so I'm just going to go ahead and say this is the Veteran of the Year with Yuma Aogi. Could be the Young Wrestler of the Year. I'm going to say this is the Young Wrestler of the Year. Again, it could be the Veteran of the Year, Valentina, and the Women's Wrestler of the Year is Mayu Awanti. So, there we go. But I forget this guy's real name. Let's be honest. This isn't the real Colin Delaney. It's just a joke. For some reason, Colin Delaney, he isn't based in this region, the New England region, despite him being on 205 Live. So I wasn't able to use the actual real Colin Delaney. So I borrowed somebody else that kind of looked like Colin Delaney, kind of fit the part, and just gave him the gimmick. Again, I forget the name of this actual guy. I'll have to try to, remember it afterwards, but it's not that important. But if I remember it, I remember it. So we jump into our matchup here. 26 solid E rating here. And an abysmal matchup. Lio Rush goes over the real Colin Delaney in 3 minutes and a second after a pinfall with a rush hour. He was slightly distracted by Akira Tozawa, but not enough to, where Akira Tozawa was getting involved. It was just more Lio Rush was trying to show off, I guess. He brought him a chair and all that. Lio Rush is damn impressive. He might look like a child, but he plays his gimmick perfectly. I love his mannerisms in the ring. Like, he just acts his part to the T. And he's damn impressive in the ring. He's quick. He does a lot of flippy shit, but it looks damn good. Lio Rush, I love his frog splash. He's a guy to watch. He's a guy to watch. Unfortunately, this did bring the crowd down. The real Colin Delaney had an in-ring performance of a 24. Lio Rush with a 27, and it did lose heat for the Tozawa Rush feud, but afterwards it's going to probably help it out. Yeah. 39 D- rating here as Tozawa grabs the mic, similar to what Lio Rush did last week during Akira Tozawa's match against Jason Strife, I believe it was. Tozawa grabs the mic and he goes and says, you're good, but what have you done? You haven't really done anything, have you? And he gets in the ring. Rush is like, all right, whatever, give me the mic, give me the mic, and he goes to give him the mic because he can't hear him, whatever. But he plays a joke on him. He first pulls the mic away, like the old handshake, but psych, I'm not going to shake your hands. And then he goes to hand him the mic again, but drops it on him. Things get a little tense between Tozawa and Rush before Drake Maverick comes down and he announces, this isn't happening here. If you two want to fight, we'll do it next week, as it'll be Lio Rush versus Akira Tozawa next week. And it gained heat for the feud, so good stuff. 33 E+ rating as we get a recap of Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali from last week. Not exactly sure why, but there you have it. And then 41 solid D as we see Cedric Alexander warming up, getting ready for his upcoming title defense while Mustafa Ali is psyching him up. We couldn't hear Mustafa Ali, though. It was like silent, but he was talking to him and he was psyching him up. 47 solid D rating before we get into our title match. We get a little quick promo here between Drew Gulak and co, meaning Jack Gallagher and the Brian Kendrick. The whole little selfie promo stick thing as we got going on here. Gulak even admits he's not, too familiar with doing this, but if this is what the people are into, sure. And he goes on to talk about how they've put the Lucha House Party behind them, so that goes ahead and confirms to me that yes, indeed, the Gulak-Gallagher-Kendrick feud is over with Lucha House Party. Interesting enough, though, that Gallagher and Kendrick are sticking around with Drew Gulak, and then Gulak makes the declaration that they are going to be paying very close attention to tonight's Cruiserweight Championship match. 28 solid... I almost said solid D, I don't know why. 28 solid E rating as we get hyped for next week's two matches that were confirmed tonight, as Noam Dar will take on TJP and Akira Tozawa battles Leo Rush. And then before we can get into our championship matchup, Greg Hamilton has to make our championship introductions, introducing the challenger, Hideo Itami from Japan, Cedric Alexander from, I believe it's North Carolina. 41 solid D rating for that. And we go into the Cruiserweight Championship matchup. Main event time, 46 solid D rating here. In a poor matchup, Cedric Alexander goes over Hideo Itami, excuse me again, in 16 minutes, 35 seconds after pinfall with the overtime. I believe it's called the lumbar check. I'm not sure if overtime is the same thing as the lumbar check, but that is what he beat Hideo Itami with. Nonetheless, Cedric Alexander makes his second defense. Second defense? Really? Didn't he defended against Kalisto, Buddy Murphy, and Hideo Itami? Are you... I don't know about that. That's a bit weird to me. I figured it would be his third defense. I'm going to have to check that. That makes me wonder. Nonetheless, apparently his second defense. I'm pretty sure it's his third defense because I'm pretty sure he defended the Cruiserweight Championship against Kalisto at the Greatest Royal Rumble. But nonetheless, Hideo Itami had an in-ring performance of a solid 50. Better than Cedric Alexander. 10 point better than the champion better. What am I talking about? 10 points better than the champion with a solid 40 for him. And it did gain heat for the Cruiserweight Championship feud, but this could be the end of it because if we have to go by Drew Gulak's words, it seems like he might be next in line. No worker improvements as we end off the show. Oh, before we end off the show, I want to talk about this match because it got a 46 solid D, and that might be pretty accurate. It might actually be a good rating for 205 Live, but in my opinion, this match did not deliver. This match was not a good match at all. I was bored throughout this match. There wasn't a whole lot going on, and the ending just kind of happened. And you're like, oh, that's it? Okay. Not a whole lot going on here, and even the crowd wasn't that into it. But anyway, we end off the show, and we get it. Interesting. We get a 54 C- rating here. That might be our best 205 Live. I'm not exactly sure. So 54 C- for the show, and I'm going to make a quick note before we end this off, but I'm going to have to wait for this. So I want to go ahead and call Noam Dar up to 205 Live. And you know what? I can actually check out who the real Colin Delaney is. So before we end this off, let's go ahead and check out who the real Colin Delaney is. So the real oh my God, why the hell are we on that now? So it's Dave Cole, if you guys were wondering. Dave Cole is who played the real Colin Delaney because, well, Colin Delaney wasn't based in New England, and that's where we're based. Nonetheless, though, that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, don't forget to share this video with your friends, Facebooks, Twitters, Instagrams. I don't give a damn. All the social media accounts out there. If you feel it would help, give it a share. Help your boy out. In fact, if you feel you got some buddies who would enjoy my content, give them a share as well. Help your boy get some new subscribers up in this bitch. Nonetheless, my name has been OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB. I will see you guys for SmackDown, which is next. I've got some buddies down below. I forgot to mention this, but you should go ahead and check them out as well. But down in my description, you can always check them out. I highly recommend checking out Raging Yoshi, who he's been doing a Let's Play of a cave story. I've been enjoying it. He's been doing Kingdom Hearts. I think it's 2.5 remix or something like that. It's a big name. Go ahead and check that out. I think he's doing it on like Proud mode only, so it's a challenge. I think a game called Tower Ascension with his buddies. He just did a speed run of the original Kingdom Hearts, so a lot of stuff going on in a Raging Yoshi YouTube channel. Check out my buddy ZachManziNVO over on Twitch. In fact, as of this recording, he is streaming right now, and he's apparently playing wrestling. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but ZachManziNVO, he streams about every day for probably about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, I don't know. Give them all a check out. Nonetheless, my name's been OMGWTF, LOL to WBRB. I will see you guys for SmackDown. Have a great day.